Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back to it on a Monday morning. The first part of the I-70 series between the Kansas City Royals and St. Louis Cardinals were played over the weekend in Kansas City, and for the most part, looks like Cards had the Royals number.
They beat them 2 out of 3. St. Louis wins 2 of the 3 games, did not win yesterday. Kansas City took that one 2-1. But the Cardinals have won 11 of their last 13 games. That is red hot, folks. 11 out of 13, and yet they still are not in first place in the National League Central. No, that belongs to the Chicago Cubs, who still lead the Cardinals by 2 games. That gives you an idea of how hot and how steady the Cubs have played. Still, the Cardinals are coming on. They're playing better baseball. Yesterday's game, interestingly enough, the 2 games, Saturday night was 1-0, and Sundays was 2-1. And this is interesting, the way the pitchers have dominated here in the last couple of games. Kauffman Stadium's not the easiest ballpark to play in as far as long ball is concerned, but nonetheless, the two teams get together again for another 3-game series in St. Louis, and that'll be next week, first week in June. So it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, the standings are this: the Cubs and Cardinals are 2 games behind the Cubs. The Kansas City Royals are in the same division with the winningest team in baseball. The winningest team? Royals aren't in the same division with the Yankees or anybody like that. No, they are not. It's because the Yankees aren't the winningest team. It is the Detroit Tigers, who have 31 victories for the Tigers, and the Royals trail them by 5.5 games. Detroit is very good, and that is who the Cardinals play tonight up in St. Louis. Very, very interesting to see what happens, good against good.
Yeah, it's going to be a test, but hey, it's been a good season so far, and we're just in the early part of May. Again, big congratulations to all the high school graduates over the weekend. A lot of festivities, and that means we got district playoffs beginning in the state, don't we?
This is cool for the players, too, because they don't have classes to go to.
No,
they just go out and play baseball whenever they feel like doing it, and feeling like doing it for the lower class schools, 1, 2, and 3, is today. They begin their playoffs today, weather permitting, and I'm sure it will be. And then the larger class schools, 4, 5, and 6, begin their playoffs on Wednesday, all culminating with the state championships, which are in the Ozarks at Ozark Mountain Stadium in Ozark Mo, and that will be June the 2nd is when they begin those championships, and it'll be a lot of fun. Some really great baseball.
Qualifying for the Indy 500 was run yesterday. Already gotten a few crashes in some of these test runs over the weekend, man, and we haven't even started it yet.
Well, they were test runs, and those guys are really they're heavy on the accelerator, and with the tires the way they are and the track the way it is and the speeds the way they are, yeah, there are going to be some crack-ups pretty easily. But for some reason, the pole qualifications, which were run yesterday, didn't receive a whole lot of media attention, or maybe I just missed it. But whatever, they did have the qualifying for the pole position, and the winner for the first time since 1983, a rookie driver at Indianapolis, wins the pole position. His name is Robert Schwartzman. He qualified, get this, 232.7 miles an hour. 232.7. That's a small plane circling the Indianapolis 500 track. Anyway, he gets the pole. Joining him on the front row is Takuma Sato, the veteran Japanese driver who has won Indy on 2 occasions. And the third outside on the front row is the veteran Pato O'Ward. So this will be a very interesting race coming up. Much of the field has already qualified, but there are knockout rounds coming up this week, and we'll see what happens when they have the greatest spectacle in racing next weekend.
He definitely showed a lot of people something, but again, there weren't a whole lot of guys left after all those crashes. Number 2, to answer your question, for average speed for like a Cessna plane, just 140 miles an hour. So that guy beat him by almost 100. The college baseball regular season has ended, and where are the Bears at?
Well, the Bears had a 3-game series with Murray State, and only 1 game was played in that series. The weather was that bad over in Murray, Kentucky. So a doubleheader on Saturday was plain out and out canceled, not postponed. It was canceled, and that's because the league championship, the tournament, begins on Wednesday. So the Bears were awarded a share of first place. They and Murray State finished in a tie, but because Murray State won, they one game in that series, 16-5 over the Bears. They get the number 1 seed. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference, but the Bears will now play Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at Normal, Illinois, under the lights. And who will they play? That has to be determined because the play-in round begins on Tuesday. And those play-in rounds involve teams in the lower level of the standings. So the Bears will play the survivor of that one of the play-in games. 7 o'clock on Wednesday, that's when the Bears play up at Normal, Illinois in their quest for the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. And that one does carry much meaning because the winner of that one automatically qualifies for the NCAA National Tournament, euphemistically known as the College World Series.
Absolutely, and I can't believe regular season for college baseball is already over. Man, it went by fast. Number one golfer in the world is saying he wants to win. Think he's going to?
Always does. Always. You knew fully well when you looked at the leaderboard of the PGA National Tournament and you saw Scotty Scheffler down, maybe lurking behind the leader, and the leader was the Vegas guy, Jonathan Vegas. You knew he wasn't going to last. He hasn't gotten the experience. Well, there's Scheffler. He's lurking back 5, 6, 7 strokes. You knew he'd be there in the end, and he was. Scotty Scheffler wins the PGA. That gives him 2 majors. Scheffler's only 28 years old, and he's now won 3 major tournaments, but 2 are the same one, the Masters. He's won 2 Masters green coats. Now he has the PGA to his credit. That's 3 majors, but it's only 2 of the key majors. He has the U.S. Open and British Open, which are still to be played this year. Can he get that done? Hey, this guy is he's not spectacular. He's just doggone good. His round yesterday was only 71, but it was enough to hold off the others because on Saturday, he blew them apart with some great golf. Scotty Scheffler, PGA champion, and he's now $3,400,000 richer.
Incredible that you can make that amount of money over a weekend. I think I felt like I spent that kind of money over the weekend. What kind of NASCAR All-Star race did we have in North Carolina yesterday?
Highly competitive one.
Yeah.
They ran at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and that's a short track, and many of the drivers think it is the best short track in America. And they had the NASCAR All-Star race there last night, and it was won by Christopher Bell, who he led much of the race, but then had to hold off the 2-time champion Joey Logano down the stretch. Really exciting, very competitive race, but the winner this year, the NASCAR All-Star race winner, is Christopher Bell.
Ned, have a great Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow.